Healy and Deja Young. Ask for an opening comment from Coach.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Congrats to Gonzaga. I thought they played great. Good job by them, and I'm happy for Brenna. I thought that, they got hot from three in that second quarter. I thought we kind of, it was a great first quarter back and forth. And then that second quarter, and it was the same thing on Saturday. We didn't have a great second quarter offensively, but I just felt like we were a little rushed, and our execution was poor and on both ends, and they got hot. But, they shot 70. They went 5 for 5 in that second quarter from three. We couldn't get to the free throw line for whatever reason. 9 to 22 free throws. It's been kind of the story all year. But I'm really proud of our team. Aside from this game, we had a great season, and we hit so much adversity, with injuries and the roster that we thought that we had going into the season, we only had for 3 games. And these guys never flinched, and those that we had healthy didn't quit or feel sorry for themselves, and showed a lot of toughness. And you saw that tonight too. They could have easily just kind of gone through the motions there, and we fought back, got it to 6, I think, and just kind of ran out of gas. But I'm proud of our team, and we have set the standard. We've raised the standard in our program that the NCAA tournament is what we do. And where we, that's the expectation. And, the Pac-12 is over, and now we're moving into the new conference, and our expectations don't change in the Big 12. So, again, proud of my team. Congrats to Gonzaga. And I also want to say how incredibly proud I am of our seniors. These two, Izzy Palmer, also senior, but, just wasn't healthy this year. She did a lot for our program, but these two mean so much to me. Obviously, you can see their talent and their toughness, but who they are. And, my definition of success is leaving something better than you found it. And these two and Izzy can they can throw their shoulders back. They helped our program get to where now the NCAA tournament and advancing and not advancing is crushing. The bar has been raised, and so much of it is because of these two.
For the media, the Utah locker room is open, and we'll open it now for questions for the student athletes.
Alyssa and Deja, kind of what are your just emotions right now in the finality of your career tonight, all that kind of stuff?
It definitely wasn't the ending to our season that we wanted, but like Coach said, hats off to Gonzaga. They played a really good game. But it's just tough when that that's your last college game, and it kind of just flew by. And I'm just grateful for it all. I'm grateful I came to Utah and kind of turned my whole life around. But I'm just grateful, and I'm ready for the future. So.
Yeah, it's not the ending that we wanted, but if I had to go out, I'm glad that I went out with these people around me. We went down swinging, so I'll take the L, but I'll take it with pride because we didn't give up. We didn't roll over. At one point, we were down by a pretty good margin, but we kept fighting. And I think that just atones to what this team does. We just keep beating the odds. We keep fighting. We keep swinging. It doesn't matter what's in front of us. So I'm glad that I came here. Everybody knows that. I say that every time I get a chance. And, wouldn't trade anything for the world.
For either one of you, what went wrong in your mind of how the game kind of got lost?
I feel like we made a couple mental errors sometimes. We let them get hot from the three. Our game plan was to make them score more 2s and 3s, and I feel like we made a couple mental errors there, but they just shot lights out. They didn't miss. They made us pay. But I feel like the hustle, the intensity part was there for the most part.
Yeah, I agree. They just, could have missed from 3. And like they just said, that was our game plan to kind of take that away. But, they're obviously a good offensive team. And, I think there's only so much you could do when they're shooting that well. But, yeah, I think that's really just what it was.
Context of this entire season, the highs and the lows, the 4 wins over 10 or top 10 programs, or a game winner against Colorado. Just what do you kind of take away from this season?
I think just how tough this team and this program is. It's one of the reasons I decided to come to Utah was just because of the culture and the identity that they had. So. It's just a blessing to be a part of, and like I said, like my whole life changed when I came to Utah, and I've taken so many lessons from it and learned so many things from Coach Lynn, my teammates, and the rest of the coaches, and just the whole university, like staff and everybody. They're great people, so the experiences will stick with me forever, and I'm really glad that, I ended it with this group of people.
I mean, this team, we, wear a shirt that says divergent and like that and, resilient. We lost a really good player, Gianna Neekman. She was a really big part of us. And like Coach Rob said, we didn't bat an eye. We kept going. We kept swinging. And I think we were the only team to beat top 10 teams, 4 times. So that's just atones to what kind of team we are. And like Liz said, it is sad that we lost this way, but I mean, nobody can take away what we did this whole season, whether they want to acknowledge us or not. We're a good team. They're going to continue to be a good team after this. So.
Could you talk a little bit about that battle you had with Egypt? You guys may have left some bruises on each other out there tonight.
Yeah, it's always fun playing a competitive game against another really good post player. And, she did a great job. And one of our game plans was to kind of limit what she did on the court. And I think for the most part we did a good job. But, it's always fun battling down there. It could hurt a little sometimes, but, that's the type of physicality that I like, and that's a part of my game, so it's fun for me.
Any other questions from the media? Okay, ladies, thank you. You're dismissed.
Thank you.
No,
Oh.
you don't get out of it that easy.
You said ladies, so I didn't know what.
Well, you're included in
Oh,
that,
okay,
but
okay,
you're not
okay.
a student athlete.
Good point.
We'll open it now for questions for Coach.
And non-game specific, but I understand that you guys had to move hotels this week based on an incident. Can you maybe expound on what happened or kind of what the situation was?
Yeah. The Gonzaga is the host in Spokane, but our team hotel was in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is not very close, 35, 40 minutes. So that was a little strange, but whatever. We had several instances of some kind of racial hate crimes towards our program, and incredibly upsetting for all of us. You think in our worlds, in athletics and in university settings, it's shocking, in a there's so much diversity on a college campus, and so you're just not exposed to that very often. And so when you are, it's and you have people say, man, I can't believe that happened. But, racism is real, and it happens. And it's awful. And so for our players, whether they are, white, black, green, whatever, no one knew how to handle it, and it was really upsetting. And for our players and staff to not feel safe in an NCAA tournament environment, it's messed up. And so we moved hotels, and the NCAA and Gonzaga worked to get us in a new hotel, and we appreciate that. But yeah, that's what happened, and it was a distraction and upsetting and unfortunate. This should be a positive for everybody involved. This should be a joyous time for our program, and to have kind of a black eye on that experience is unfortunate. So yeah, that's what happened.
Farla?
Lynn, to follow up on that, when these happened in Coeur d'Alene, and what days did they happen, and when did you move hotels?
Yes, happened in Coeur d'Alene. We flew up Thursday, so it happened Thursday night a few times, and then we left Friday. So it was really unfortunate and disappointing and upsetting and all the things, when this experience shouldn't be any of those things. So, the shock of like, wow, I can't believe that happened. Yeah, I think it happens a lot, and it doesn't get talked about enough.
Other questions for Coach?
After that, I don't know that a game really matters. But from your perspective, where was this game lost as a coach?
From my end?
Your job, but just where was the game lost?
No, it's definitely my job. It's definitely on me. I think in that second quarter, our execution was really poor. So you're in the tournament, second round, Gonzaga's good, all the things. So it's not like, oh my gosh, they scored. Would they score 24 points? Like, we've faced that. It was that our execution was just poor. And I don't know why. It's loud in there, but we play in places that have more people, and not that that's not a factor, but it's not like we haven't been there, done that. So I don't know what happened in that second quarter. I thought we had a good game plan, and I thought the players understood it, and I think we did a good job in the first quarter with that, and then for some reason we just kind of got punched in the mouth and didn't regroup until halftime.
Other questions for Coach?
Cameron McCann, the Gonzaga Bulletin. Coming out of half, Gonzaga had a nice couple string of buckets that might have deflated some teams, but then you guys struck right back with a 7-0 run of your own. What kept you guys fighting so hard? You've been talking about your adversity throughout the season, but in this specific game, what kept you fighting through the adversity?
I don't think it's any different than the rest of the season. I think that's who we are. These guys don't flinch, and they just keep swinging, and the timeouts were positive, and that's just who we are. And, we cut it to 6 in the fourth quarter, and then just couldn't convert. We missed some shots that we were right there, and we just missed some. We missed an open 3. We missed around the rim a little bit. But that's who I'm never going to back down to anything in a competitive way, and I think our team is the same way.
Any more for Coach? Thank you very much.
All right, thank you guys.